Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another pre-market watch list. Thank you all again for joining in. Everything we do here every day is try and find some healthy, hot stocks to trade every day and bring it to your guys' attention. So once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And we're going to go ahead and jump into some stock charts, start looking at some things, start breaking some things down for you, and go from there. So real quick, before we jump into anything, for those of you tuning on right now, a little bit of a late start here for me today, but the main things that I plan on watching are going to be the stock GERN, primarily short bias now today, and we are going to watch. We are going to also watch some inverse related ETFs to the SPY, to the market, because the market is all coming down. Right now, it's actually going up, but yesterday was a pretty ugly day for the market, so we're going to keep an eye on some inverse ETFs, GERN. Going to keep an eye on, what was the other ticker? Come on. GERN. There was another one. Well, we're going to watch Facebook for sure. Definitely watching Facebook as well. Man, can't remember it. Interesting. Well, either way, let's jump into it. Maybe it'll come back to me. So let's go ahead and start sharing the screen and get rocking and rolling on everything and go. All right, let me break this down to one screen. So first, I'm going to start here with GERN. Good morning, everybody, as well. Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. So first things first, right, we're going to look at GERN. Yesterday, this thing, got a little crazy. It spiked all the way up. Actually, one second. Let me do something here. I actually got to do one thing. Sorry. Okay. There we go. All right. So first things first, GERN yesterday had a really big day where it went from a low of 5 pre-market to a high of almost $7. Then it crashed all the way back down and ended up basically crashing for the day. So it went all the way up, came all the way down. That in itself is a bearish signal. It means there's a lot of selling pressure. Okay. So look at it from this chart. Look at it from my daily chart. Stock has been going, up. But just yesterday, that candle right there, this candle, is one of the most beautiful inverted hammer candles I've seen. And if you're not familiar, this particular candle, this one right here, that candle in itself, whenever you see that candle of a top of an uptrend, it usually signals that a downtrend's about to start, because we've been going up and 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 up, and eventually it got to a point where everybody wanted to sell. So right now you're seeing a lot of selling pressure is what that is, and a lot of times that can signal the start of a downtrend. Okay, so that can signal the start of a downtrend. So ideally today, I'm going to be watching GERN for a short position. It's been getting pumped up. It's been doing pretty well over the past couple weeks. We've seen it have a really big day, and then it crashed. This could be the start of a downtrend. Does it mean it's going to dump right away? No, not necessarily. With the way it's been performing and the amount of people that have been trading it, there's probably a lot of people in there that don't even know that the stock is might be overvalued, right? It might not be overvalued. But with that signal we're seeing on the daily chart, it's very well possible we could start downtrending a bit. But I would first like to see the price before shorting it. I would like to see the price come up and maybe test $6. So I'm kind of thinking we might actually see it go green initially. You might see GERN go green, maybe retest the $6 mark, and then start coming down. It may end up may end up coming up to test 580, maybe this level, right? So it could test some of these levels before coming down. So ideally, what we're going to be looking for is to see if, in fact, GERN is going to go red on the day, but we kind of want to see it kind of pop up and maybe retest some of these previous levels, like this high, maybe that high, right? And just kind of go through and test some of these levels. It's possible that it could have an obnoxious squeeze too, and it could go all the way back up and retest 7, even break out of 7, but that's less likely to happen. It'd be more likely to see it come up and retest, you know, these levels from yesterday and the $6 level, which is right there. That would be more a realistic expectation. Aloha, Christina. Good morning, everyone tuning in. So a lot of information here. So GERN, definitely keep it on watch. It doesn't look like it has any news this morning as well. So we are going to keep GERN on watch. What I forgot, the ticker I forgot just a minute ago that I couldn't remember is Dropbox. We're going to watch Dropbox today. Dropbox is a really, highly anticipated IPO that's going to be launching today. To be honest, I forgot to check the time that it's going to open up. I'm not sure when the IPO is, but you can simply go to Google and search up the initial public offering of Dropbox. Dropbox ticker is DBX. So here you go. Dropbox ticker is DBX. So I'll leave that on the screen for a second. So that's the ticker you're looking for is DBX here. That's Dropbox's ticker, okay? So keep that in the back of your head that Dropbox, well-known company, about to go public. It's going to open at $21, okay? Going to open at $21. Dropbox, yeah. Yeah, I will do that. All right. So I will talk about TradeNet here in a little bit, kind of towards the end of the video. For some of you guys, if you guys want to look at it and get an idea as far as what they do, and stuff like that. So let's move away from Journ. I can't show you anything on Dropbox because, well, Dropbox isn't even publicly traded yet. Okay. So you can't really do anything about that, right? It's going to open up eventually here. You can actually type the ticker in and you can start reading here. Some of the news releases this morning about Dropbox. Dropbox IPO share is going to be $21. It actually says here that the offering is expected to close on Friday. Offering 26 Friday. Yeah, so you can watch it. All right, so then the next thing I want to watch is kind of Facebook. Facebook, again, this thing's getting beat to hell over the past couple days, right? So let me look at this. Let's look at a 10-day chart. So looking at this 10-day chart, you can see that, this was the top, on Facebook or whatnot before we started dropping, right? Then we came all the way down to a low of $161. All right, let me kind of ugly. So we came down to a low of 161. All right, so we came all the way down to there. We bounced at 161, and then we went up, then we come down, and we just basically came back down to retest that 161 area. Okay, so let me get them all off and redo this and put this guy on. So this right here, this is like the low from when Facebook dropped. We popped up, we came down, and we put in another low, but this one's a little bit higher. This low right here is actually a little higher. Let me do it this way. That low is a little bit higher than this low over here. So this could be signaling a double bottom, which is a good sign for the stock to start going green. Okay, but whether or not this might be a double bottom and this is considered a potential bullish chart pattern, okay, some may say this is a double bottom, but at the same time, there could be others that are going to argue that and say that this is a head and shoulders pattern, whereas you have the first shoulder, the head, right, and this is kind of the second shoulder. Right, so some will argue this might be the start of a head and shoulders pattern, and the head and shoulders pattern is a bearish pattern. Okay, so again, there's a lot to consider. Not to mention, Facebook and a lot of these blue chip stocks are going to follow what the market's doing. So if the market's going down, you can expect that those big blue chip stocks are going to usually tend to follow suit and do the same exact thing. Okay. So if in fact the market does want to go green, it looks bullish right now. It looks like it wants to go green. If in fact the market does go green today or want to go green today, then yeah, you could expect Facebook is probably going to do so as well, right? Look at this chart. It looks very similar, right? Look at this, and let me look at this chart on Facebook for today. You can see how it's kind of ripping up here pre-market. Now look at the pre-market chart here on the SPY. Pretty similar chart pattern, almost identical, where they're going up. It's starting to come down. Go back to Facebook. You know, it's going up, starting to come down. So again, a lot of these big blue chip stocks follow the market. So if you're going to trade these, you should be well educated on what the market's doing. Okay. Let me go. I'm going to go through some comments here. Just kind of scan what's going on. DPW, there's still too low a volume on that. Dilution. So I'll talk about MU real fast. So again, and then look at here. I'll just run through these UVXY, UVXY, TVIX, SQQ, VXX. You see, all right. Look at this, right? VIX. Look at the chart pattern. Okay, SQQ, Q. Look at the chart pattern. TVIX. Look at the chart pattern. UVXY. Look at the chart pattern. And there's probably some more. There is some more for sure. But you just notice all those chart patterns look the same because all those tickers I just went through are ETFs that trade inversely of the market, right? So when the market's going up, those will go down. When the market's coming down, these will go up. But it's all based on volatility. And volatility follows the VIX, which is the market volatility index. So to correctly trade all of them, you're going to want to keep an eye on VIX. VIX is not a ticker you're going to trade. It's more or less the index. So you're watching it to see volatility. When it's going up, when VIX is going up, that means volatility and fear of the market crashing. This is what that tracks. This volatility index is called the fear gauge. That's what the nickname is. It's called the fear gauge. When this is going up, this means more people are concerned that the market's going to crash. Okay. Look at this. This big spike, that's when the market really dumped, not too long ago. This big spike here, all that going on, that's really ugly. But, right there, this big spike, that's when the market did this. That's when the market had that really big dump right there. This one right here, that's what happened, right? That big dump, this one is what caused the volatility index to do that. That's what happened, right? And look at it now. It's kind of bottomed out. We're starting to curl up again. This is why I'm really paying attention to a lot of these tickers because the market's really at a very uncertain spot. I'll do more videos on this and talk about that later. So keep an eye, UVXY, TVIX. MU, let me go over here. I'll talk about this one real fast. So MU, it's seen a nice top here around like 63, this big top. So ideally, right, most stocks are all going to be trending down with where the market's at. Okay, it's a given. Now, this has a top at about 62 bucks. If we look at, and then next, this is a bad chart. I don't like this chart. Let's do like a 20-day. All right. So this one has a top. You can see, obviously this is the top because there's a bunch of choppy consolidation. We weren't making new highs throughout this area. So then eventually we rolled over and broke down. If you look at it here this morning, do a 5-day 5. If you look at this morning, it's dumping down. Now, I haven't had time to really look into their earnings, but I can only imagine that they're probably not the most significant if the prices decline like this. earnings were probably not the greatest, probably, but not the worst. If it was able to recover this much, that was probably just, it was probably, what's the word I'm looking for? Like an over exaggeration, right? Like the earnings probably weren't as bad as people had thought, and that's why it's starting to recover. But I still wouldn't be long bias on it. I wouldn't be long bias. I'd actually be short bias because it is downtrending for the short term right now. What I would expect is MU is actually going to dump out of the gates, and it will probably come back down to either retest the pre-market low, or it's going to set in a high, or sorry, bounce kind of around $56 or $55.50. Okay, this is a big move this morning on MU. It's a really big move, right? So it's seeing resistance right at $58 whole level. So it'll probably either bounce around the 57, which it's starting to do, 56.50. So look for all these major levels, 56.50, 56, 55.50, etc. Okay. And that's the thing. Maybe they did smash earnings. I don't know. I haven't had time to really look at it. Again, it's just a quick little run through. So again, for me personally, we're going to watch, and I'll put it on the screen. Okay, so those right there, for those of you maybe tuned in late, these are kind of primarily the tickers that we're all going to be watching here this morning, or at least we here at the Boiler Room are. That's what we're going to be trading. All right, so you can go ahead, snapshot that, remember that. I'm going to move forward here. And what time is it? It is 7:53, so it's getting a little late. I'm gonna go through some of these comments here and just kind of look at some of your guys's questions. All right, so let me take this off. So real fast, let me put that back over there. Okay, so real quick, we're not going to cover any more stocks. Just don't necessarily have the time to go over too many more. So there are members that are asking, or some members here just asked for me to comment on TradeNet. Right now, I actually was reached out by kind of like the vice president of the sales and marketing team, and they wanted to kind of thank me and for the people that have joined them in their trading platform. So they reached out to me personally and said, hey, for today only, all of Boiler Room Trading's members, or basically anyone I refer from the Boiler Room to TradeNet to use them as a trading broker and trading platform, they were willing to give any of the Boiler Room Trading members a $350 deal on their intro trading account. Ideally, and normally the intro account is $500. And they reached out to me and said that for today only, for like a little flash sale, they were going to be giving the intro accounts to any of the Boiler Room Trading members for $350. So ideally, you get a $150 discount to join their trading account. A little background on what that means is their intro account, TradeNet also does financial and stock trading education, but with their program, you also are given a funded trading account. So they fund a trading account for you, and you're able to use their money to trade. And normally it costs $500. Okay, so the intro account will give you a $14,000 trading account that you can use. Let's say, and here's the thing, everyone goes, well, if I lose their money, will I have to pay them back? That's not how it works. They have kind of a control on your account, so that if you start losing too much money, they automatically close the positions on your account and shut down your account so you can't lose their money. Okay, so they give you a max loss on the intro account of $700. Okay, so ideally you would pay $350. You receive a $14,000 trading account that has a $700 stop loss limit. Once you go below 700, they'll shut down the account. That's it. You do not get your $350 back. You wouldn't get your $500 back, or whatever the price was that you spent, obviously. So it's fully refundable, the 350, unless you start trading on the account. Okay, so you could go through the education and you'd have 14 days, or so yeah, 14 days to ask for a refund if you did not want to use them as a trading broker. Okay, so they're located in the UK. You can look them up, TradeNet. But if you want to use them and you want to get in on the sale today, you're going to have to direct message me with all your information so I can send it to their sales team personally, because they do not offer this deal online. It's only through me for the Boiler Room Trading members. So ideally, it's going to have to, your information will have to be passed to me to be sent directly to their sales team so that they know it was coming from members that are associated with me in Boiler Room Trading. So you can direct message me through Facebook. If you are on our free stock trading chat room through Discord, you can direct message me there. You can also, direct message Boiler Room Trading on Facebook as well. So the best way to get in contact with me is either going to be through Discord, which is our chat room for stock trading, or you can get in touch with me through Facebook, which most people know what Facebook is, right? So all the links to get in contact with me are going to be in the description of this video below. One question. Let me see if there's anything else in here. So again, that's the thing with TradeNet. There is no pattern day trading rule. You have a very, very good short list. So ideally, you can short a lot of stocks with them. Okay. I use them. A lot of our members use them. It's not the only trading broker I use, nor is it the only one that I recommend. There's plenty of other good ones as well. But for right now, they're running a super good deal. So again, we're going to end it there. If you want to get in on the $350 deal for TradeNet to get a $14,000 funded trading account, you must direct message me today. Your information has to be reached, or their sales team and their marketing team needs your information to receive the deal before the end of the day today. So again, there isn't really any slacking on it. If you're going to want to get in on their TradeNet or account deal for $350, you're going to have to get in contact with me through direct message. Your information, I will need first, last name, phone number, email, and the country that you live in, and that will be sent to them. Their team will be in contact with you thereafter to discuss how the program works, how the trading account works, and et cetera, and how you can go forth with payment option and getting set up. All right, guys. So that is all. Let's see. That is all I have for you guys here today. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully that answers some of your guys' questions. I know we only have so much time in the morning to go over things, but again, I thank all of you guys for tuning in. Also, once again, if you want to join our trading room, the live trading room every day for Boiler Room, use the coupon code HALF at checkout. No spaces, one word, half off at checkout, where it says enter in the coupon area. So when you go into checkout, you must use the coupon half off to receive 50% off the trading room trading course for lifetime. Every single month, you will receive the discount of 50%. So super good deal. Links in the description. I will see you guys all tomorrow for another, or well, no, I won't see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be the weekend. So I'm going to see you guys all on Monday morning. I'll get some videos uploaded or not necessarily tonight, but over the weekend. I'm going to talk about some things to watch for if the market is going to crash, what particular gold stocks you may want to invest in, bonds, silver, inverse ETFs, things like that, kind of aiming towards building a portfolio if the market is going to crash. So stay tuned, and I'll see you guys all on Monday morning.